Rick B's Daily Vlogs.
Hidden amongst this Lafayette Park up here in the upscale neighborhood of the Pacific Heights lies a mansion that has history, past, and present. Let's get this started.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Welcome everyone, it's my daily vlog channel, Rick B's Daily Vlogs. Pacific Heights neighborhood, still using the Sony ZV-1. It is windy up in here, but I'm here to talk about a rich history of a family that's his name is scattered throughout San Francisco, and a famous author that's currently residing in this mansion. Again, we're here in the Pacific Heights neighborhood. I got my mask 6 feet apart. Let's go dive into this history and let's go check this out. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna make my way across the street in a second. But this French Barqueux Chateau was designed by San Francisco's own Adolph and Alma Spreckels. If you've never heard of the name, if you go to Golden Gate Park, the lake where they have the little toy boats, that's called Spreckles Lake. This old Victorian style house, again, was built by the Spreckels. His son, Klaus, a sugar tycoon who once had plantations over in Hawaii, is also that musical concourse in Golden Gate Park is named after Klaus Spreckels. This is once a 55-room mansion. 55-room mansion. Adolph Spreckels lived in this neighborhood. Only had one owner after the Spreckels family, and now the current owner, you might know for a lot of novels. If you guys are into novels, books, that's Danielle Steele's house. Yes, Danielle Steele, the famous author, is now currently residing in that mansion right there. She renovated it when she first moved in, and she made it from a 55-room mansion to a 22-room mansion. I'm gonna go a little closer and we're gonna go check this out together. I'm not gonna get on property, but I'm gonna get as close as I can to the property. This is Washington Street right here. And if we turn down that way is Octavia. And in the middle of Octavia, you have these little columns in the middle. It's pretty cool. And this is what caught my attention the first time when I came over here, and not realizing this mansion, again, a famous mansion from Adolph Spreckels, and now the current resident of Danielle Steele. I walked over to this little part right here. Not sure what this is, but it's a cool place to just hang out and chill. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the camera, I'm gonna set it down right here, point it up, and dive into a little history. His full name was Adolph Bernard Spreckels, born January 5th, 1857, passed away June 28th, 1924, a week from now. California businessman who ran Spreckels Sugar Company and donated what we now know as the Legion of Honor. Back then it was called California's Palace Legion of Honor, but now we just call it the Legion of Honor, that he donated back in 1924. His wife Alma was also known as the great-grandmother of San Francisco. And again, this 55-room mansion built in 1913 here in this luxurious Pacific Heights neighborhood who is currently residing, Daniel Steele, the novelist, famous author. His son, Klaus Spreckels, founder of the Spreckles Sugar Company, at the age of 12. Adolf studied abroad in Hanover, Germany for 2 years, returning to San Francisco to finish his studies, and became part of the San Francisco Parks Commission president, where he had the name Spreckles Lake named after him. Now again, this is private residence, and every time I do private residence, I always remind you guys, do not come here ringing the doorbell and asking if you can see Daniel Steele. I'm pretty sure you can't. So don't come over here. You know, you guys, I'm not gonna give you the exact address of where I'm at, but if you Google Adolf Spreckles Mansion, you'll know what mansion I'm talking about. You know, just don't go ringing the doorbell, okay? Now, prior to Adolf Spreckles, right after he left this building, it was rented out to a bunch of different people. This property goes all the way down to Jackson. This property takes pretty much up the whole block here in this Pacific Heights neighborhood. If you look down there, that whole property belongs to this property. This whole property. So after he left and someone else took over, there was a bunch of other people living here, renting out rooms. Remember, I said it was a 55-room mansion. And then when Daniel Steele moved in, she pretty much moved everybody out and made it a 22-room mansion. But they got some artwork on the side. Let's go check out the artwork right there on the window. It's pretty cool if you look all the way up as well. The roof line, architectural design, you can tell this is an old design that Daniel Steele decided to keep. Pretty much the same as Adolf had back in the 1800s. Well, this is cool. They got cameras right there, so I'm trying to stay off the property. I'm not on the property right now, but this street alone, Old Brick Road, what San Francisco used to be back in the old days, is another part of San Francisco history that's right here in this Pacific Heights neighborhood. And then there's mansions all around where I'm at as well, but this mansion is the mansion with history, because this Mongol right here is the reason why there was sugar in Hawaii. Now, don't get back to me saying that, no, that's not the reason why there was sugar in Hawaii. Klaus Spreckles brought the sugar plantation of the sugar company to Hawaii after Adolf Spreckles started here in California, in San Francisco. And what does CNH stand for? It stands for California Hawaii Sugar Company. So when Adolf Spreckles and his son decided to go, hey, let's venture out to Hawaii and let's start a sugar factory out there, he did that because probably the land in Hawaii back then was a lot cheaper. So that's kind of the birth of the CNH story. I'm gonna walk to the front side of the house and see if I can get a glimpse of their driveway. Their driveway is pretty sweet. So I'm gonna walk up this direction. I don't have active steady shot on, so I apologize. Again, this is a huge property. You can probably hear a lot of wind. It is windy up here, but that's the driveway to the house and the front view. I don't even know where the front is, honestly. I'm assuming that's the front of the house. And you guys notice how I ran across the street because I don't want to be on the property recording, but you can see the design of the driveway gate and those two globes that's standing on opposite ends. I'm not sure if this is original to Adolf Spreckles, something that Daniel Steele could have added, you know, in her life living here. But this is a pretty big mansion, like I said. It's huge. I'm gonna make my way down to Jackson Street and show you how big this property line is, and also those things in the middle of the street that I said that they have. I did turn on active steady shot But everything right here. And look at that view, man. If you lived here without the trees, that's all you see. And I love the way that sounds when the cars go up on these brick roads. But you got one address right there. It could be another resident. And as we walk down, look at these high walls. Man, high walls to keep people away. And every time I think of high walls, and I think, were you trying to keep people away? Or were you trying to keep something out from coming? And there's one of those things in the middle of the road. They have another one down there. And I was up on that one. Let's go duck in here real quick. Let's go check out this little stuff real quick. With the property right behind me, right over there, I'm not really sure if you guys can see it, but the property is right all over here. Set the camera down, get more stable shot. I still have active steady shot on, but this is a big property. If you Google map Adolf Spreckles Mansion, if you go to Google Maps or even Apple Maps and you go from a sky view and you look how big this property line is, it goes from Washington Street, which I was up there, down to Jackson Street, which is down here. And the yard there, just from the Google Maps, I'm not, this is just from what I see on Google Maps. Everything could have been changed back in the days. But just looking at the map or looking at the sky, the bird's eye view, you can play football in that yard. You could. I did pass by. When I passed by the driveway, there was a lot of cars in the driveway. I'm not going to go peeking in the driveway and try to find out what's going on over there. But this is a big property. And again, Adolf Spreckles, when he first built this house with his wife, Alma, 55 rooms. Now, I don't know how many of those 55 were bedrooms. But back in the 1800s, when these mogul tycoons, millionaires who has lots of money, they probably had at least 20 bedrooms out of the 55 that was here. I'm pretty sure they did. Pretty sure they did. Again, I ducked in here not knowing what this is, but looking at what it is, it looks like there was some urban camping going on in here. In this neighborhood, not sure if you can go urban camping in here, but you can see, again, part of the house. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom. Then I got a funny story to tell you guys when I got down there, but you got the cobblestone brick. Now this, I think this is cool. This cobblestone brick road right here. I'm more fascinated with that than I am with the Adolf Spreckles Mansion. It's called the Spreckles Mansion. So if you look it up, it's the Spreckles Mansion. But then it's also known as Daniel Steele's, the famous writer, the novelist. It's also known as her house, her mansion, but all up in there. Again, you have the driveway, and I bet you anything, somewhere in this rubbish, there's a camera that's watching me. I'm pretty sure the camera that's up there is watching me already. But this, the famous house of Adolf Spreckles and his family, that now is run and owned by Daniel Steele. But I'm just showing you guys the property line, how big the property line is, everything there in white, as you can see. As far as the white can go, man, is that a different driveway? I thought the property line ended where this grass or this thing here is cut, but then looking at here, this property line goes all the way down there. And this is pretty cool too, because at one point, that circular part right there could have been the family crest of the Spreckles. And then now, I'm trying to see if that's the family crest right there. It is the family crest. You can see it. You got the A, you got the B, and you got the S. Adolf Bernard Spreckles. That's pretty cool. It's still there.
Bronze doors
Okay.
with stories from the Bible.
Nice.
Okay? Now, World War II happened. And Sanford, what they did was they took the doors off
Okay.
and they sent them to San Francisco. And when the war ended, we gave the doors back, but we were allowed to make a mold.
Okay.
And the mold made doors exactly like the doors in Florence, and they're on Grace Cathedral.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so Grace Cathedral, you
The
know
big church, yeah. Nob Hill.
On the top up
Yep.
there?
Yep.
That's worth photographing.
I'll definitely put that on my list.
It's the big time because there's no other copy.
I'll definitely check that out.
All right.
Thank you. How cool was that? The guy just gave me a quick history of the Grace Cathedral doors. I already knew the history of those doors, but I didn't want to stop him. He stopped on his own to tell me. But you still got the crest right there, like I was saying. ABS, Adolf Bernard Spreckles, is still there. It makes me wonder what these right over there used to be as well. You got 3 of them. So it could have been one for him, one for his wife, one for his son. Could have been all right there. And what this door is right here, I don't know. I don't know. This is pretty cool. This is the property line ending right over there. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's vlog. A nice San Francisco local adventure with a nice rich history of what the San Francisco has to offer. You can see the mansion right over my shoulder, right there. They got a nice view too. So where that mansion window is from up there, if I turn around this way, you got a nice view of the bay right over there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Nice, rich San Francisco history. Adolf Spreckles. If you guys know Adolf Sutro, who's also, you know, Sutro Towers, Sutro Baths. That name Adolf, German name, pretty popular back in the 1800s here in San Francisco. So to have Adolf Spreckles' mansion here in San Francisco, way up there, that's pretty cool. To me, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me comments down below. Another San Francisco history tomorrow. I want to thank everybody who follows me on Patreon, who's donating on my Patreon account, following me on Twitter and Instagram. You see the little right there. Is it right there? Or is it right there? I'm not sure where it flashes. It's going to flash somewhere right here. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and more adventures again to come tomorrow. Here from the Pacific Heights neighborhood, right by the Adolf, I was gonna say Sutro, Adolf Spreckles Mansion. Thanks for watching, guys. Vlog's ended. Go in peace. Somewhere there, Adolf Spreckles looked out into the bay and saw a rock in the middle of the bay, right there. But now, Danielle Steele writes her famous novels from those windows.
I made this.